I'm sure you've come across persons that you've known in the past, and as at the time you knew these individuals, they were either dark skinned or chocolate skinned, but right now they are totally transformed, and you can barely even recognize them because they are now as fair as the sun. And what has happened is that these individuals have engaged the use of what skin lightening agent or skin bleaching agent. Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Henry. I'm a medical doctor, and in this channel I talk about health related topics and lifestyle. So if this is something that interests you, please do well to hit the subscribe button and like this video so that many more persons can see this particular content. All right guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is the dangers of using bleaching agent, the dangers associated with the use of skin lightening creams. Now, first of all, what is skin lightening? What is skin bleaching? It is simply put the art of improving what the skin color. Now, preferably, it's usually the change of the skin color from the dark skin or chocolate skin to the one we call the fair skin, right? Now, it's skin lightening in itself or skin bleaching is not bad in its entirety, in the sense that there are some actually skin conditions where the doctors might prescribe some of this agent, but the a catch there is that this agent are actually prescribed to be used for a very short period of time. But then the problem we have is that there are a group of individuals that, their major aim, the sole purpose of using this agent is to change their skin color. And these persons will continue to use this agent for a very long period of time. And before you know it, the side effect of this agent will gradually begin to manifest. So that is what we are going to be looking at in today's video, right? So skin lightening as it's where is not something that is entirely, so practiced by the Africans alone. It's something that studies have shown that even the blacks in the Western world have at one point or the other been exposed to the use of this skin lightening agent. So studies have shown that a lot of persons around the world have used one bleaching agent or the other at some point in time, either for therapeutic purposes or for the sole purpose of changing their skin color. We live in a society, or we live in an age where the social media and the society pushes a subtle, perception that is out there, right? It's just out there. And it's believed that the people that are fair in complexion with the smooth skin are the beautiful and the handsome ones. And then those that are chocolate skin like us, those that are dark skin are not really, as beautiful or as handsome as the society pushes them. So whether you like it or not, this is a topic, a big topic for a debate, but it's not the topic of today's discussion. It's for another day, but it is just there. People attribute, beauty to fairness and all of that. So whether you like it or not, this narrative has, in one way or the other, pushed a lot of persons into the use of this bleaching agent, into the use of these bleaching substances, right? Now, what happens when you use this bleaching agent? Because what we see in people that use bleaching agent is that over time you discover that their skin color have changed. So what have they succeeded in doing? Now, when we look at biology, when we look at the biological science, or we look at it from the medical perspective, there is a substance, should I call it a substance now? Actually, is an aggregate of molecules that are produced in the inner layer of your skin, and they are now transported to the upper layer of your skin, which is the melanin. A lot of us know this. We say melanin, melanin queen, melanin princess, and all of that. So this substance or molecules is what is responsible for, giving skin color, is what is responsible for giving eye color, and is what's also responsible for, giving colors to certain parts of the body. And now, even your hair as well. So, but when you indulge in using skin bleaching agent, what you do is that you reduce the concentration of that pigment, of that melanin, or you can totally just stop the production of that pigment. So what that pigment actually does is that it protects you from the dangerous rays from the sun, which is the ultraviolet light. Now, when you succeed in removing that layer, you stop the production of that melanin, or you've reduced its production, you are indirectly exposing yourself to the dangerous rays from the sun. Now, before we proceed into the side effect of the prolonged use of this agent, let me quickly say that the issue with the use of skin lightening agent is that it's not something you use and you stop, because when you do so, your skin color is not something you are going to like, right? So you're going to face the consequence of stopping the use of that agent. So what actually happens is that you are trapped in the cycle of perpetual use, and at the end of the day, you're predisposing yourself to the dangers that are associated with prolonged use of this agent. Now, what are some of these agents that you should look out for in your skin, products, right? Whether soap or creams or lotions, what are some of these agents that you should look out for? I'm going to mention the very a handful of them that are very popular that you might know. And I'm also going to leave a long list of these agents in the comment section so that you can look at them and check them up. A lot of these agents, their names have been kind of modified in one way or the other so that you don't even know if they are present in your agent, right? So example of this agent are, number one, we have hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is very effective when it comes to skin lightening. And number two, we also have what we call topical corticosteroid. And number three, we have mercury. You've been hearing of it. They say mercury containing agent. They are harmful now. And this is what we are talking about. We also have agents such as butene. We have topical retinoid, and we have botanical derivative. We have a long list of these agents. Like I said, I'll drop them in the comment section so that you can check them up. So without a lot of talks. So what are the harmful side effects that individuals that are prolonged, that are exposed to prolonged use of this agent, what can they be wary of? Number one, let's look at the skin conditions that these individuals can have with time. Number one of such condition is contact dermatitis. Now, what is dermatitis? It is actually the inflammation of your skin. And if you look at my screen, you are going to see pictures depicting this particular condition. So people who use this cream for a long period of time are not free of this agent, because this agent, some of them can be irritant to the skin. Your skin might not really find them friendly. So at the end of the day, they are going to irritate your skin. So you have cutaneous hyperpigmentation. Have you ever wondered, you see these individuals that are using this skin lightening agent, you discover that some parts of the body are fairer than some parts. When you check their knuckles and all of that, you see that some parts are just dark, right? You can see the images that is displayed on the screen right now. You can see that some parts are actually darker than some. And you are wondering, it's a long-term consequence of, prolonged use of these agents. It's also another very important consequence of using this agent. Now, have you seen some individuals that are using this agent? You look at their cheek, you see this blue-black, discoloration. It wants to look like blue. It wants to look like a black patch, but you can't really, say it is blue. You can't really say it is black. Most of the time, you see it on the cheeks, right? You see it, and you can see some pictures of that showing on the screen right now. These are some of the long-term effects of using skin lightening agent, what we call steroid-induced acne, or acne as they call it. Now, when you see people who use these creams, most of these steroid-induced acne, because some of the agents that, eventually bring about the skin lightening, we have the topical corticosteroid. So prolonged exposure to it can cause this skin acne, and most times you see them on the chest of these individuals, but with time it can actually spread to their arms and even to the back. You can see they are reddish in color, and all of that. It can be very, very painful, and it can be itching as well. So another very important danger of prolonged use of skin lightening agent is increased risk of having skin cancers. You've heard this over and over again. Studies have shown that prolonged exposure to this agent have increased the risk of individuals developing skin cancers such as melanomas. Now, all right, now let's look at even the more serious of these dangers, right? Number one, we have renal diseases. Renal disease, when I mean renal, I mean kidney diseases. You probably might be wondering, why is there an increase in the rate at which people come down with renal problem, kidney diseases, kidney failure? Some of the reasons are not actually far-fetched. This can be one of it. Studies have shown that people who are exposed to, prolonged use of this agent can come down with kidney conditions such as even nephrotic syndrome. Now, people who have these conditions can come down with, they will tell you that their urine is now foamy, and that their face is swollen, their hands and their feet are swollen, and they are weak, and their BP is even higher than it used to be, which is hypertension. Now, these are some of the dangers that are associated with prolonged use. So kidney disease is not left out. We also have liver disease. So prolonged use of this agent, right, can also cause liver disease. You don't want to, risk having a liver disease. It's not something you actually want for yourself. It is not good. Like I mentioned before, individuals that use this agent can also come down with hypertension, which is something that you don't want to have, as there is actually no cure. It's something you just manage for a long period of time. And diabetes is not also left out. Diabetes is one of the endocrine disease that people can come down with. Now, what we have is that because of the prolonged exposure to topical steroid, these steroids are now absorbed systemically. Now, I don't want to be speaking a lot of medical jargons. Now, the steroids will actually interfere with the endocrine system, and some people can come down with diabetes mellitus just from using bleaching creams, right? Just from using bleaching cream. Some people can even come down with adrenal insufficiency, right? And the funny aspect is that when people begin to use this agent, they don't really care about all the side effects. But after a very long period of time, you see this, stuff begin to appear. Now, there's another very important danger that you might want to be wary of, is the fish odor syndrome. People who constantly use this skin lightening agent can come down with the fish odor syndrome. Now, this happens because in their urine and in their sweat, there's a particular substance, which is trimethylaminoria, that is now excreted in their sweat and in their urine, and this can smell really, really bad. So probably, maybe if you are watching this video, maybe at one point in time you have an encounter with individuals that are using skin lightening agent that has maybe an offensive smell, a fish smell. This can just be it, right? So it is important that we stay off, prolonged exposure to these agents. Also, another very important side effect you might want to be wary of is peripheral neuropathy. Let me try and break this down, because I know many persons that are watching these videos are not all medical personnel. Now, peripheral neuropathy, what are the symptoms that people might come down with? They will tell you they have numbness. When I mean numbness, that they can't really feel their fingers or their feet or their feet. They're having this pin and needle sensation. They are kind of feeling pains and all of that, right? That is also a side effect. Now, we can even have neuropsychiatric problems such as tremors, depressions, and these are side effects that you don't want to actually have. So if you've watched this video to this extent, it means that you've gained a lot of value. You have learned one or two things. Please do well to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share this video with your loved ones, because we are going to be stopping here today. There's actually a lot to talk about, but I don't want this video to be too long, but I'm sure you've gained something. I know a lot of persons will still see this video and go ahead with the use of the skin lightening agent. I know a lot of persons might ignore the advice, but I know that you will listen. For now, bye. Take care of yourself. See you in the next video. If you have questions, don't forget to drop them in the comment section, and don't forget to look out for the long list of the agents that can cause skin lightening and skin bleaching in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video. Bye.